for this first game of the best of 3, because this could be a very, very important game for them to actually make it to TI. We got Team NIGMA drafting the IO Gyro Tigov. We got the Lion Timbersaw on the side of Alliance. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think coming into this series, I was hoping Alliance would pick Timbersaw, especially after we saw Virtus Pro now pick it, I think, 3 or 4 times within their region, and it just be so dominant. Obviously, the Shard is very strong, and just the laning potence. And of course, you know, Season 1, S4 Timbersaw is one of the hallmarks if you pair it alongside Beastmaster and other such offlaners.
Hey, Kyle, why don't you look at that later? Thank you. I feel like a teacher.
He's just there fiending Twitch chat. We're just going to call him out.
I'll be like a teacher. Hand me the note, Kyle. What's on the note?
That happened to me once, and it was incredibly embarrassing. I really don't want to get into that.
What was on the note?
It was, I think I was doing love poetry in 8th grade. It was unsuccessful. Do not write poems to the girl.
Why am I not surprised?
What?
All right. Well, I have...
Still hurts.
I know, it's fine.
Big fan of Lion Timbersaw as an opener. It's part of why, coming into this series, I think Alliance really have looked like the better team. You know, there's a reason they're already 2-0. And I think that this open, specifically into the Wisp, which I imagine they left purposefully, it just makes a lot of sense in this spot.
Yeah, it's clean. It's nice.
Yeah.
It works.
We saw the IO not be super successful earlier. Obviously, it was a different combo. It was with the Luna in itself. Not that successful.
I think credit to NIGMA, though. They have run the IO Gyro before.
Yes.
This was also the series that we saw the mid-sanking.
Yeah.
Offlane Darkseer. And just, I think, the amount of times RTW was able to put himself in these dangerous positions, and then suddenly the IO heal comes in, and that kind of collapsing factor of NIGMA. And I think that's the big disparity right now that we have to look for between Alliance and NIGMA, is how they approach the early game. You know, Alliance, they are laning phase-centric team, where they focus more on winning their lanes, collapsing on mid, but they aren't like death-balling as quick. Compare that to NIGMA, they will play their lanes, and they'll look to try and clump up as quick as possible. Kuroki has mentioned this in several interviews now, that this is the philosophy that they really want to install within the guys, and that's why I think when you see a Gyro response to the Timber, they're going to be able to play a decently strong lane. They have the magic damage, and then they can collapse very quickly.
When we saw Team NIGMA play against Team Liquid the other day, that was the second series we saw. The first one was versus Secret, where they played super snappy, super fast, right? And we thought that that was going to be the Team NIGMA that we were going to see every game. But when they played against Team Liquid, that wasn't really the case.
Yeah, they ran into a brick wall, otherwise known as Teamfight. And when you want to play quick and fast, Teamfight just destroys that.
Now, we know that Alliance is best when they have the time to prepare and when they have the time to study their opponents in depth. And they obviously will have pinpointed the weaknesses of Team NIGMA's playstyle, Kyle.
Yeah, I think it's hard to point those out this early into their swap, but I would say that the way that NIGMA opens drafts sometimes bites them because they give away their win condition really early on a lot of the time. They've done so here with the first 2 Wisp Gyro, and it forces you into a scenario where the bans in your second phase are must-haves, notably the AA and the Morphling. You cannot give these heroes up to Alliance. They will pick them,
even
your entire win condition is gone.
Oh,
and Void, yeah, it is Nico Baby. You can't really give the man Void either.
Yeah, and I remember the Alliance series. That was basically the big Void series between Alliance and OG, where OG started it, the game 1 with the Void, wins. Game 2, Alliance responds, you know, we'll go for the Void themselves. And yeah, I think this hero, it is going to be rising in popularity in due course. The fact that your time dilation does a little bit of damage, it gives you some more kind of entry to fights when you don't have Chrono.
Yep, we got Alliance getting the Snapfire. We see that hero be banned very frequently due to her lane dominance, no matter in what role, but mostly 5.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad for NIGMA though, because like I said, Alliance is lane-centric. They focus so heavily here, and they still can pick their 4 and their 5 to deal with this. Of course, when I say 4, I mean whatever hero Kuroki wants to play, because normally GH is playing the IO with the Gyro, but yeah, the idea that Kuroki will feel a bit more of a farming role in this scenario.
Yeah. This match is huge. Alliance so far have beaten
they've beaten
Liquid and OG.
Yep.
So if they're able to take out NIGMA here, Yeah, there's still a date with Secret somewhere on the schedule, but
They would have beaten 3 out of the big 4.
exactly. And 3 out of the
They
big 4,
face.
you know, I think OG and NIGMA specifically, in a way, are better to play now than a couple weeks from now when they've had more time to gel with their changes.
Yeah.
And Alliance, of all the European teams with the exception of Secret, are in the best position to qualify to TI directly on points. So
Yeah, it's like get to major and secure an extra bonus
if
DPC.
they're
right?
first in this season, they're most likely just qualified on points.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
And a lot of ways, you know, if you're a fan of the European region, you're probably rooting for Alliance here too.
True, because that means you've got more points in the region, and you're rather more teams already making it to TI, therefore less chance to be, or more
Yeah,
chance for more
the-
teams making it to TI
The
from
perfect
Europe.
storm
Yes.
would be if Secret were to win again, and then Alliance would not come second, but let's say an OG did. You would now have a scenario where you
All right,
need
Kyle,
Europe to be like top 4 at the
quickly
major
then,
to get
quickly.
two
Yeah.
spots.
With this kind of analysis that we're going down now, if you had to list 4 European teams that you want to see at TI, you know, for the ability to win it, you know,
Oh,
you
that's
want
tough.
Europe to come home. I need to
All
see
right.
4 teams right now. Go.
Secret, OG,
Mm-hmm.
NIGMA.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Alliance and Liquid.
But no, I need to hear a team. You can't flake it out. I need you to say your 4.
LAN performance-wise, as a European fan, want to see Europe do well. I would go for Team Liquid. They have more results proven on LAN.
And then Kyle, what are we saying over here, Chief?
I think that we'll just have to see how the games play out. T, I don't like to make predictions without enough supporting evidence to really stand behind what I'm saying.
Just checking.
I don't just pull things out of a hat.
I pulled things out of a hat. I'm
That's
getting
nice.
paid to do that.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Ooh,
That's a nice pick.
I do like the Enchantress.
Could be a core. This is an MC special. But
Yeah, maybe. I would love to see it just simply as like the Liquid effect. You know, NIGMA plays Liquid,
Yeah,
they
the 4 position.
experience the Tiger and Enchantress, and now Kuroki needs to play into that other lane away from the gyro. So it's like, well, why not pick a 5 that has become somewhat a 4 because of Liquid? Very tanky, Solar Crest, Hood.
Oh, and shout out also to Simon, the birthday boy on camera right there.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Makes me
Happy
sad because
birthday.
I remember celebrating a birthday with him like
Why
2-3 years ago back in the
Why
day.
does that make you sad? Shouldn't
Yeah.
it make you happy? Were the memories that sad? Did you have such a bad time 2-3 years ago on his birthday? Did you
don't think
lose
we
the
won.
tournament?
I don't think we were winning.
That's fair.
And was
Ooh.
Tiny banned out?
Wow.
Tiny, not
Yeah.
yes, bad
yes, of
first
course it
phase.
was. Now that is a smart move, and I would recommend, and I think we will see this throughout the rest of this European season. If you are playing against Alliance, ban Limps Tiny. It is a bad idea to
Oh.
leave that in the pool.
He
we now-
had such an amazing game on that versus OG the other day. It was
'Cause
insane.
Look what they've replaced it with. Limp's hero archetype preference is a stunning, killing hero.
But if-
Sand King, even though Miracle showed prowess on it earlier in this tournament, Sand King is not a Tiny. It's not as tanky, it doesn't scale as well, and it's not nearly as effective with the Blink Dagger.
I guess the last time that we saw a team try and emulate the mid Sand King, I think it was Liquid with Koikova.
Yeah.
The issue was he was the one that had to start the fight, therefore you didn't ever get the good epis, you couldn't have the kind of this game-changing bar strike. So now at least for Alliance, they do have this Timbersaw frontline, most likely S4, and then this Sand King Snapfire combo that one could be mid, one could be 4. Like, I expect it just to be mid Sand King, like Kyle just mentioned. But yeah, he can start the fight next. I like the fact that, I like Nigma's Storm pick here, just to be able to ignore Timber, get past him, jump the Snapfire, prevent that damage, and both drafts are looking very aligned to the teams. They're not really overreacting to what they're seeing. They're just kind of making sure that they have, the Alliance has the pieces of the puzzle that they need, and Nigma, they're sticking to their guns.
Something that I think Alliance would benefit from greatly. I'm coming back to the point of ranking teams for TI. I think Alliance has what it takes to win, but they normally are not. So far, I've not really been able to show that on LAN, but they can
To be fair,
get
they
an
have...
esports psychologist that I think, no,
What?
I'm not.
What? Where did we go with that? Jeez.
I'm being serious. There's a lot of teams that are struggling
We're
with
online.
that. With,
I mean,
at the moment.
I guess the real
At the
angle...
moment, they got a week to prepare for a series.
I think the main angle here is like a lot of teams in the online space haven't had that kind of
Yeah.
LAN experience.
Look,
and
can we-
Yeah,
How
but you're
about-
gonna have
it's
to
not
adapt
LAN,
in
it's-
like. Okay,
That's
so
true.
there's
No, no,
only
hear me
2
out.
more lands,
Yeah, it's
probably,
spooky.
The
right?
thing is,
it's
typically-
only upcoming major and
Yeah.
TI.
Leipzig
How are
major,
you
they were
gonna
fourth
fix
place.
your issues? What?
Leipzig Major, they were 4th place. Who's to say there's issues? How about Why do we have
Different roster.
majors where you play 7 series in 2 days?
That's true too.
And then in this league, we're playing 7 series in 6 weeks.
That is true too. They are
Because
definitely
preparation is important.
Yeah, and they're not
On
like
or
this.
offline.
This DPC league is not setting teams up for success at the major.
No.
In
You know
just
it
the way
sets
of
up
playing. I agree with that as
the
well. If
rich
that
get
was
richer.
changed, I'd be fully down, and I would definitely think Alliance
If you
is a great
win the
shot.
league, you get to chill. Everybody else plays the marathon of Dota. You hang out and wait to prep for your matchup.
True, and they
this
could
is-
actually do really well with that if they don't have to
Yeah.
play group stages.
And
I
this
like
is
that
their,
actually a
their
lot.
chance.
Yeah. So in that sense, this win is of utmost importance, and
What do
really
they go for?
both teams.
Okay.
Love that is one of the better heroes against Sand King. Mm-hmm. I believe that'll be
ET offlane.
no Kuro's hero, right?
Ah, so you mean Ench offlane with ET then being that kind of 4
Good point.
5?
I'm actually not sure. No, what? Well, it's likely a GH Wisp, right?
I would say it's Elder Titan Mind Control.
I think you might be right, and a Kuro Enchantress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can dig
laning
that.
for that from NIGMA will be very interesting. And then let's just go for, the standard. We got to pick a carry, what's available. Well,
Does that make it a
very
limp
risky.
Snapfire?
It is the MC and ET. Cool.
Huh. Okay.
FNG Snap.
So this is interesting because MC should have a beast of a time. This is an incredible Ags ET game. You're going to get that spirit, the BKB effect, and just wham people with the briefcase. Alliance, a lot of stuns, a lot of kill potential, but I'm worried about their team fight.
I like the fact that NIGMA has covered himself from the Timber with Gyro and